Hey guys, Riothouse here, and welcome back to our Dwarf Fortress Let's Play series. Alright, some of the things I wanted to do today is make sure that our hospital here is in working order. So let's go ahead and take a look at our hospital information. I think in the last, or two Let's Plays ago, we set up the hospital, right? So, okay, we have plenty of thread here. We don't have any available cloth in the fortress right now, which is concerning because we're definitely going to need to trade for that until we get our cloth, our textile industry set up here in the fortress. But in the meantime, we can go ahead and create 4 crutches, which I just queued up, 5 more splints, and we have plenty of buckets. You can see we have plenty of powder for casts, which we did trade for from the merchants earlier. So we do have that, but we are going to need soap. So I don't know if we can make soap though, because we do not have... Well, we might be able to make soap. I don't know. I'm going to have to look up on the wiki about soap. I believe you need ash and lye, and I don't think we have any limestone around to make lye, so I don't think we'll be making soap anytime soon. But I'm not sure if you can use any flux stone for soap. I'm pretty sure that's not the case. But let's go ahead and create those 5 splints. We'll just go ahead and queue them up. Wooden splint. There they are. And we'll just make 5 of those for our dwarves. Okay, so we have that queued up. We have brew drink queued up. Another armor stand and a weapons rack, which I believe I'm going to set up in the Grand Hall and just move our barracks basically to the Grand Hall for now, for temporary reasons. I have a plan, and I'm going to show you guys right now what I intend to do. Alright, so here's our Grand Hall, right? Basically what I want, in order to have our militia, that's what I'm going to call them, our militia, our melee units, closer to the entrance to deal with threats, I'm going to put up barracks rooms adjacent to the hall with entrances from the hall, not from the main fortress. So we'll have barracks very close by, and basically... Let's see, I don't really have in my head an idea of what I want them to look like just yet, but let's see if we can come up with a look, a feel. Something like this. Perhaps barracks rooms for them to sleep in? I don't know. But I'm gonna turn them into barracks and training rooms. That way they're very close to the entrance, and I'll have one on either side here. So if I was gonna do that, I'd probably put another one here as well. Let's see, mess that one up here. Kind of round off the edges again. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Go ahead and put your comments down below. So before I do any of that, you guys can watch this video, comment whether I should place the barracks rooms there or not. I think it'd be a good idea to have 2 groups of dwarves near the front. I know that they're not that far behind, being stationed right down here. It's really not too far, but the problem is the main problem is, once we pull up the drawbridge, we'll have no other defenses inside the fortress. So I might want to just pull up the drawbridge just to make sure that the rest of the doors are safe, and that those caught outside have some kind of defense. Hopefully nobody's caught outside, and hopefully everybody's able to make it past this drawbridge right here and get into the fortress to safety. And if they're not able to, or if goblins do chase them inside, and I can't... The thing is, I pull up these 2 drawbridges right here, and I'm afraid I'm going to trap a group of dwarves and goblins in the mess. And hopefully that's not the case. I know that if goblins attack all of our dwarves, I'm going to have them... I'll probably set up the burrow during... Well, let's see. Either I can set up the burrow today... I don't know. Let me think. You know what? Let's do that. Let's set up a burrow today. And then that'll put all my fears to rest for now. We'll set up a burrow. A lot of our dwarves are fisher dwarves. Only a handful of our dwarves will go outside to farm. basically take care of the livestock. But it's either we do that or we just leave everything up to fate. We do have a refuse pile outside, however. It's so difficult. But let's go ahead and set up a burrow, okay? So to create a burrow, hit the W key to make a burrow, and then you can hit A to add a new burrow, alright? And then hit enter to define the burrow that's selected. You could also, I believe you could set the name of the burrow. I guess not. There it is, name a burrow. So we'll call this burrow the citizen, or how about, because we'll have an external burrow and an internal burrow, perhaps. We'll call this citizen safety. Citizen safety. Safety. There we go. Can't spell. Alright, so citizen safety. And then we can go ahead and start a rectangle. Alright. No, I don't want that one. Let's try this. Mouse brush is 1 tile. Mouse brush is 3 by 3. Oh, that's really cool. I've never noticed this before. I think that's new to me. Let's try this. See if this gets rid of the burrow. No, it doesn't. We might have to delete the whole burrow. See, that's pretty cool. Mouse brush is 1 tile. If we do it 3 by 3, you can see we can paint the burrow out onto this fortress area. Basically, limiting any dwarves assigned to this burrow to this region of the fortress and no further. Okay. I can actually boost that up to a 5 by 5 brush. I can just use the mouse here to do all that. That's pretty cool. Alright. And then we want to add this region as well. And you can use a rectangle if you want. I don't think you have to be too particular about it. Just make sure that you're covering the areas that you want your dwarves to travel in. Keep in mind you want to be careful who you assign to the burrow. If you assign all your miners to a burrow, then they'll never mine in areas not delegated to a burrow. Okay? So chances are you're going to have to continue to expand your burrow and not include the miners and other classes that are going to go outside of the burrow. Just don't add those dwarves to the burrow list, okay? Okay. So this will be our citizen safety. It's kind of a dumb name, but we'll keep it for now. Why not? Until we come up with once we have multiple burrows with specialized burrows, then we'll worry about that other naming, getting everything perfect and whatnot. And why not? We'll add this to the burrow for now, just in case we got to do work in there. And then down here, that can be part of the burrow. This can be part of the burrow. This as well. This as well. And it's a good idea to keep your dwarves in safe sectors of the fortress, behind defenses, right? You don't want everybody running around. I mean, if you want to do fishing, then you're going to have to take the risk of having your dwarves outside and possibly caught outside during a goblin invasion. So, alright. Now, what's the command to get rid of burrow areas? That's what I want to know. Oh, there it is. The R key will allow you to currently erase. So you can see I can turn the basically the mouse paintbrush and have it erase certain areas. That's cool. And then hit the R key again to start painting again. Just cover that back up. Like so. Alright, so pretty much Now we have our burrow all set up, okay? So, now we can assign dwarves to certain burrows, certain jobs, or sections of the fortress, rather. Okay? Alright. Wow. Okay, I was having a little trouble with that, but it's done. Now, let's see here. If we add citizens to the burrow, we can go down the list here, and we can go ahead and add who is part of this, right? Hit the plus and minus key to go up and down this list, and hit the enter to add to burrow. So we can add Tomasu to the burrow, Large McBig Huge, Tits McGee, Devon Sieg, Yosa. He's a milker, so he does go outside. But for now, let's just add all the non-military dwarves and see how it works for us. Okay? We have a wax worker, clothier, herbalist, cheesemaker, the Mark Dwarf Exodius. He's part of the military, I believe. HD Viper, our siege operator, Nomim, Silver Priest, Fish Dissector there, there's a Trapper, here's a Weaver. So we'll just go down the list here, and we'll get everybody into the burrow for now, except for the miners. The miners will not go into it. And the military, right? Woodcutters are going to have to be taken out of it as well when we go woodcutting. So we'll have to keep that in mind. For now, let's get everybody inside that needs to be inside. We'll just test it out from there, okay? Now, they are constructing the trap outside, though. They are constructing that building outside, so we do need dwarves to have access to the outside. So we'll have to keep that in mind. We'll go to our dwarf therapist list, and then we'll find out who's a mason that's working outside, and we'll delegate a crew to finish up the work outside, okay? And then we'll just release them for the burrow temporarily. Schwartzy is a hunter, and he just arrived at the fortress. He's actually a really good hunter, so I'm going to allow him access to the outside. And then we have a Mark Dwarf recruit in the military there. The miners will not be part of that. Definitely all the babies are going to be part of the burrow, okay? Alright, so that means that dwarves that do have babies, they cannot take their babies with them outside, even if they're in the military or a hunter, etc. So it's actually a good idea to set up a burrow and at least add the babies to the burrow, okay? Alright, so that's everybody. Alright, citizen safety first. Hoorah. Alright, so let's see what happens now. We'll go ahead and let the fortress run here. Now everybody should be going inside. That is not assigned to the burrow. So you can see up here, Schwartzy, he's a hunter. He's going to go inside. Tits McGee will be going inside. All these will be going inside, including myself. Now they'll finish up their task and then they'll head back inside, right? Now, if I wanted to, let's see here. I could just delete the burrow entirely, I believe. Let's see here. No, I don't want to delete it. Perhaps, okay. Is there another thing I can do here? Where I can basically turn off a burrow temporarily? I want to see if I can do that. Perhaps under orders? I don't think so. Alright, anywho. Let's continue. Why is there a baby outside? Yep, there's a baby outside. And you are attached to Sigyn. Sigyn is Kev the Rev. Did I add Kev the Rev to the burrow? Let's check. Going down the list. Yes, I did add Kev the Rev. I'm going to take Kev the Rev off for now. Alright, let's go over to Dwarf Therapist now. Here we are, Dwarf Therapist. Alright, let's check out laborers here. And who are our masons? Here we go. We have myself and Mighty Nag. Who else here? Anomander. Anomander, I'm going to set you up as a mason. You're also one of our architect. Okay, so let's get those three out of the burrow for now. This is the main problem with the burrow, is that you have to worry about who's in the burrow, etc. So that can be a pain in the butt. Alright, so that was... so many dwarves. There's Anomander. There. Now we have 3 doors that could go ahead and finish up the rest of the outside, which is almost done. So, very well. That'll be good. Okay. So, that's that. Alright. Good deal. And then all of our miner dwarves should be free to finish mining out to new areas of the fortress. Okay. So, with that, let's go ahead and continue mining down deeper. Let's go down to where there's some area to mine. We'll do up, down stairs. And we'll go down several levels and have them start digging that out. Now hopefully we hit a cavern. After we hit a cavern, I'm going to immediately cancel all mining designations there. And we'll seal it off and make sure everything's okay before we continue, okay? And then we can plan like an outpost for the cavern, just to make sure. And we can scan the area, see if there's any hostile indigenous life forms down there. Alright, so we have quite a few idle dwarves now, because we have so many dwarves. It's ridiculous how many dwarves we have now. It's going to be difficult to come up with ideas, keep all these dwarves busy, short of throwing a bunch of them in the military, which is probably what we're going to do. I think we need to go ahead and place some more burial receptacles. Let's get these all placed and out of the way. So we'll get those used up. Alright. What is he doing here? He has no job. Zamatasu. No job. Just kind of sitting there on the drawbridge doing nothing. Whoa, whoa. He's rusty. He's a rusty fish dissector and a rusty fish cleaner. Now, I believe when dwarves don't use their skills, they degrade over time. So, it makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I think, okay, one of the things that we really need to do is create a dwarven dining hall. So let's go ahead and lay out a plan for that right now. We'll create a dwarven dining hall so all of our dwarves can feed or eat and be merry. It's something I've been putting off for a while now, but I think it's time we can go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and start out a nice hall design here, kind of like that. And let's figure out its proportions here. Yeah, that's gonna look good. At least this will get all the dwarves down from the surface and deeper into the fortress. And then we'll have, I suppose we have rows of tables. Let's see here. It would fit like a row of tables here, like that. And a row of tables here, like that. And then you can have chairs along the side. Perhaps we can make this a little wider. like so. Yeah, that'll be pretty good. And then over here we can have this is where the Lord will sit, like that. We'll put his throne right here. We can have him sit right here. We can put his throne right here and a table for him to eat from. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, why not? We'll do that. That'll be good. So let's go ahead and have our dwarves finish mining out all this. It's going to be a smaller hall, and we could probably fit a stockpile of food nearby. This right here is going to be a jail. So yeah, we'll have the dining room right next to a jail. Sure, why not? Alright, so let's see here. Over here I want food prep. So we'll have our chefs in here. I think I can fit a brewer station there, kitchen there. I'll probably fit two brewers, 2 kitchens, like that. And then here, this could be food storage. Okay. And this over here could be drink storage. Oh, we could probably expand it out even further. There's nothing really in the way over here. So we can have food and drink storage. And then we'll just separate it in a line right here. Food and drink storage, there we go. Yes, that'll be good. Okay, so we'll have food, we'll have drink, we'll have plenty of room for the dwarves to cook and brew right there. Alright, so that'll be that. Make it a little wider. I think that'll be fine. Alright, so let's have our miner dwarves get to work on that. And then we'll also set a meeting point downstairs. Okay? So all the doors can go down there. And then we can begin moving all the food stockpiles downstairs. Down to the kitchens. Alright. Now we should have quite a few farmers. Yeah, we do. Okay, here's another thing. They are storing seeds now in the stockpiles. What happened was we used all our seeds for farming. So that's why there weren't any seeds in the stockpiles. If you see here, we have barrels, and I believe Silver Priest told me that you could store seed bags in barrels. So actually seeds will go in a bag once we can start creating bags or purchase the bags. And then the bags will go in the barrels. So eventually all these will be stockpiled up, which will be good. Alright. Alright. And then there we have some buckets. We have statues. Oh, we have a lot of statues. Speaking of statues, where are we going to place those statues? I had a couple ideas on where we were going to place statues here. Let me see. I was going to place them along here. Just all along this area here. I don't know how that's going to work though, because these are even. They're 2 by 2, and statues are 1 by 1, so it's not going to look uniform. Might as well see what it would look like though. No, it's not uniform. That's gonna bug me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, if you could live with that or not. Okay. Alright, so that's that. And we have the barracks rooms there. Alright, so All good, all good. We'll make room. We'll make use of those statues. Perhaps we'll put them in the dwarven hall down here, or the eating hall, the cafeteria, whatever you want to call it, the mead hall. So many idle dwarves. What kind of jobs do these dwarves have? Woodworkers, carpenters. You know, perhaps I'll take the woodworkers and the carpenters off the burrow. So let's do that. So let's go down the list here. We'll have the woodworkers and the carpenters collecting wood for the fortress. Alright, give that a shot, see what that looks like. Perhaps we should set up some more wood chopping orders for our dwarves. Chop down some more trees. God, we have a lot of trees. What do our wood stockpile look like? Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Our wood stockpile is looking pretty healthy. So that's good. Okay. And our brew drink, we're actually going to remove that. We don't have any more distillable items, unfortunately. And what else? Lots of dwarves with no jobs. Lots of animal caretakers and animal dissectors. McCormick, McFlaw, Noobs of Frito, Cubsy, and Andrew Blake. Let's go ahead and create a new military. Let's do it. Let's create a new squad. Alright, let's first start by hitting the Z key, or no, the N key. And let's appoint a new militia captain. Now before we do that, let's take a look at our dwarves and see who's cut out for the job. Now, this new wave, we got a really good dwarf here. You can see Schwartzy. Schwartzy here is an excellent dodger, ambusher, and marksdwarf. So, what I'm going to do is set up our marksdwarf squad, okay? So that's going to be quite a few of the new migrants, and then some of our older migrants as well, although many of them are already in the military who have some kind of skill, or they're in indispensable jobs that we need them in. But, okay, so Schwartzy here, he will lead up the new marksdwarf squad, okay? So let's go ahead and find Schwartzy. So many dwarves now. It's crazy. Did I pass him by? I didn't even see him. There he is. Alright, so there we go. We have Schwartzy there. Go back to the military now. And we'll create a squad. And they will be in... We'll give them the archer uniform. However, let's go to uniforms real quick. Individual choice of ranged weapon. Okay. Actually, oops. Wrong one. Let's go ahead and create a squad. They will be the archer squad. What's the archer squad weapons here? Leather, armor, and individual choice of range with a shield or buckler. Okay. Alright, good deal, good deal. Alright, so let's go ahead and appoint some people to the Cobalt Flyers, which is a suitable name. Alright, so let's take a look at who we have here. We have Atronix, Esotar, Oh, by the way, Major Max joined us. He was one of the dwarves I missed in the Migrant Wave introduction, so we'll take a look at him after we set up the military here. But yeah, Major Max, you're actually a really good axe dwarf. And here's a hammer dwarf. Here's a mace dwarf, and here's a swords dwarf. Okay, so they will not be going into the Marks dwarf. They will probably, we can actually create another squad of dwarves here with these 5 dwarves and put them into that unit. That would be kind of cool. Alright, so we have here, we have Noobs of Frito. He'll be going into the military. Let's go ahead and find him in our long laundry list of recruits here. So many dwarves. There you are. Animal caretaker. Okay, next. We have Cubsy. Okay, Asatar, Coyote, and Cubsy. Those 3 will go in. So let's find Asatar, Coyote, and Cubsy. There's Cubsy. There's Coyote. And Asatar. Okay. That leaves up 5 more. Let's take a look at our list here. Killimax. You're going to go in, and that's it for that migrant wave. Let's go find Killimax real quick. Alright, and now let's take a look at one of our other migrant waves here. Hendrik Joubert, you can go and be a Marks dwarf. So let's find Hendrik Joubert. Hopefully we have enough crossbows for everybody. I think I did make a bunch of bone crossbows, but we're definitely going to have to pump up our crossbow bolts. Oh, my eyes go cross-eyed going through these lists like this. I probably passed them up. There you are. Alright, and who else? Who else? Exodius, you're already in the military. McCormick, you can go in. Let's check out McCormick here. Let's go find McCormick. See what job skill McCormick is. We might have to go over all the dwarves that we pick here. He's an animal dissector. Okay, so you're perfect. We might have to go over some of the dwarves that we pick, though, just to make sure that they are not filling very important jobs that we need for the fortress. We don't want to send our one and only decent blacksmith only to get killed, right? Alright, so that's pretty much everybody with some kind of talent as a Marks dwarf in the Marks dwarf unit. That's okay. We'll leave it at 8 for now. Let's go ahead and create one more squad of dwarves. And who was going to lead that? Let's see here. Let's take a look at our guys here. Okay, I think we'll have Major Max lead the unit. He's a veteran from some of our Let's Plays before, and he's also killed some named creatures. So maybe we'll have some luck there, maybe not, we'll see. So we'll have Major Max lead the unit, and we'll have Michael Boston, John Spink, F25U, and Etronix in that unit. Okay, so let's go ahead and set that unit up. So there's Major Max. And create a squad. Metal armor. This is going to be a melee unit. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. So we had Michael Boston, John Spink. Let's get those two real quick. There's John Spink. There's Eternix. Oh! Let's go back here. Michael Boston, where are you? Oh, there you are. And one more. Who's the other one? F-25. Okay. There you are. Okay, so now we have 2 more units. One of 8, full of Marks Dwarves. Another of 5, full of Melee Dwarves. Okay? With actual skill. The Melee Dwarves too. So that's going to be excellent. Okay? Now we just need to set up barracks rooms basically for them. So let's see if we have built the armor stand yet. Yep, we have indeed. So for now we'll place an armor stand here. And we should have a weapons rack as well. We'll place that here. Let's see. Okay, so what we'll have is all of our military up here for now. One of these units is going to go down to the caverns once we find the caverns, and they'll be the lower defense force, and we'll have our upper defense forces. So what I would like to have is a full squad of 10 dwarves in metal armor for melee, backed up by another 10 Marks dwarves with ranged weaponry in leather armor at the surface, and then have that same grouping at the bottom as well. So we'll have four squads, about 40 dwarves in the military at any one time. And what we could do then is probably have a relief squad, maybe another 4 squads, because we're gonna have 200 dwarves. None of them are going to be busy 24/7, so a lot of people could be in the military and then be on leave for 6 months and then be in the military for 6 months, so they can come in and out. Okay? Alright, so let's get that all set up for now. That should be good. Alrighty then. What else? Let's set that up, okay? We'll make this a barracks. I'll make it as big as we can, and we will assign this to the granite senses. Alright? And here they can train. We won't have them store any squad equipment here, however. And they can go sleep elsewhere and store their individual equipment elsewhere. Okay? So that's that. And then here, we'll make this barracks as well. This will be for the Cobalt Flyers, and we'll have them train here as well. However, we don't have any ranged area for them to train in. One of these areas, I think this place right here, we can set up as a Marks Dwarf kind of archery range, indoor archery range. And yeah, that would be good. That would be fun. So we can set this up here like that. In fact, let's do it like this. So this will be archery range, okay? And this will be a normal barracks. We could probably set up a place for the dwarves to store their weapons and gear, etc. It's not quite symmetrical, is it? In here could be storage for weapons and gear. We'll have coffers in here, etc. Maybe throw in some sleeping quarters there. Alright, so that'll be that. That'll look pretty good. Yeah, let me know if you guys agree with that or not, and if you guys do, we'll go with it, okay? So, that's that. We have plenty of military dwarves now. We might just add some more dwarves to the military. It depends, guys. It really depends. I tend to put dwarves that actually have some skill into the military, because to tell you the truth, if you don't, then you're just going to get a bunch of dead dwarves. It does take time to train up dwarves, so it takes time, and you usually need an experienced dwarf to pass on the knowledge before they learn anything. Training takes a lot of time, so we can take raw recruits and turn them into battle-hardened dwarves, but it takes years, okay? So, anywho, that is that for this Let's Play. I think we got quite a bit accomplished. Keep in mind we're going to be mining down, so probably the next episode we might hit caverns soon. So, that should be a lot of fun. And our dining hall, let's take a quick look at that before we finish. It's coming along kind of slowly. What I'll do is I'll try to refine who's in the burrow and who is not in the burrow, and then we'll work our way from there. Alright, so anywho, I'm Riothouse. Thanks for joining me. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for future Let's Plays of Dwarf Fortress, and I'll see you guys soon.